How to install Google Widgets on your iPad. A step-by-step guide. Like any traditional laptop or iPad, an iPad is also capable of running apps to definitely help make the blogging process much easier for the user. However, those who use iPads often struggle with the layout of webpages and trying to find not only their links but also the focus point of their page. Luckily for them, there is a solution. What are widgets? Widgets are small programs that you can install onto your iPad. They usually have a default app and icon, but if you don't like their port or it keeps crashing, you can delete it and replace it with anything or nothing at all. Widgets are also very versatile in that you can use different types of widgets for various functions, such as tracking your finances to getting weather forecasts. Figure 2.24 to 2.27 different types of widgets available for the iPad. To make sure a widget works perfectly, search for it in the iTunes App Store. How do you know if it's working its best? On my iPhone I can't see all my messages directly on the home page, not bullets as on the iPad, so I'm not always checking to see if there are any messages awaiting me. But after installing that first Gold Master update about why install Google Widgets on the iPad. The iPad was designed with an Apple App Store which is encrypted. However, some native apps were released in iTunes so users can get a custom experience for their iPad. The Google apps are categorized on the iPad and are easily distributed using iTunes. This makes it easy for most people to download the widgets and allows for a seamless experience. Regarding custom widgets, I would like to create one for my blog. I just took a screenshot of the statistics on my blog so I can get an idea of how many visitors I get from Google, Yahoo and Facebook, and once I choose what to do with it. Speaking of Facebook, since someone asked me about Facebook buttons in WordPress, why don't you try using this solution ... and post your Facebook button code in your iPod? Then share that news with us. Enjoy. Task roles. There are a number of things you need to know before trying to install any widget. First and foremost, you need to know your device's requirements. In most cases, your non-jailbroken device should have the following: something to run Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich, originally released as version 4.0. This is the code name for Android 4.0 KitKat, a version which has no plans of reaching non-jailbroken status at any time in the foreseeable future. Apple recently announced that it would not update several of its devices to iOS. The first step in the Google Widget setup is to enable the services that the widgets require. To do this, open your browser, head to Help and Support from the Settings tab, search for your device type on either of Google's support pages, and click Set up Google Services. Afterwards, you must make sure that your screen has high-resolution webkit rendering capabilities, preferably a Retina display. On the iPad, these rendering capabilities can be checked by heading to General greater than iPad model version. To see a list of the devices having Retina displays, go into About greater than General greater than iPad. A high-resolution display requires 2 generations of hardware, at least 1024 768 pixels for Windows and 1280 720 or higher for tablets on iOS. If you want to play with the webkit rendering capabilities, you can edit your Chrome URL manually or use Appetize Widget Factory, a free app designed by me that rewrites most Google widget URLs to work on high. Properly conduct testing after you download the sheet to your computer. It should open in a new tab. The steps that must be completed prior to using the HoloLens are: 1. Tap the Surface tab at the bottom of the insert graphic and make sure that Experimental Features is allowed. 2. Deselect Protected Runtime Mode. A. Tap on Protected Context Mode and tap on Unprotected Context Mode. B. Tap on Lock Device once the device is locked and the camera is open to the HoloLens service. Initiate your tests by tilting your head for a few seconds. If you don't lock your device, it will brick after a certain amount of time as described below. It is safe to use Protected Context Mode every time you start your test, otherwise you may risk damaging the CPU from running out of memory or with out-of-memory exceptions. After snapping an image. How to automate task success with Google Apps Script. Managed scripts. Google Apps Script delivers you from busy work and saves you time by making your tasks and accounts to automate. This step-by-step guide will show you how to install Google Apps Script on your iPad, schedule your script, and check the progress of automation. Learn how to write and deploy your own apps with Apps Script, Google's hosted script language for managing contacts. tasks, email accounts and calendars, mailing lists and more. Simple to use and free. Try the free trial now. Read the blog post. Beginning for administrators. Some great tricks for using Google Apps script. Info points Ariel. Follow this article if you're new to automating mailboxes in Exchange Online by using Apps script. Choose tools greater than run. Automate a repetitive process. Let's say that you wanted to make sure your website sends emails once a week, but you already have a task scheduled for each Thursday at 3 a.m. and it takes a lot of your time. Technology exists to automate this process so that now you can read, watch TV, or anything else while the timer is switched on. You also don't have to be home when this happens and therefore need not worry about your website going down or about you being gone for a few days. Send to email. Powerful, easy to use system ensures all the emails are correctly routed to each party. No spam filtering required. Ready to activate. Space dimensions are 80 px. Colors are white and black only.